Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Reckless Paradise podcast. I am your host, Dystro, and tonight's episode is another Random Ranking episode, and it's another Fallout Boy episode. This one has kind of been on a hiatus a little bit. Sorry about that. But I do not have any notes from Marissa because currently she's been going through some stuff right now. She's currently back home right now. Thank you for keeping her in your thoughts and prayers. We do really appreciate it on this channel. But yeah, no Marissa notes or anything tonight. I'm just gonna be doing solo dolo, which I have been for the last few months now. So thank you for riding with me so much on this journey, and let's get right on into this now. The 10 songs that are up for grabs tonight is, well, it's from Fall Out Boy, of course, but it's from different eras of Fall Out Boy. There is pre hiatus and then there is after hiatus sometimes. So the songs that are up for grabs is XO, Beat It, I'm Like a Lawyer with the Way I'm Always Trying to Get You Off, in parentheses, me and you. Young Volcanoes, The Mighty Fall, Fake Out, Dead on Arrival, Saturday, America's Sweethearts, and Twin Skeletons Hotel in New York City. So some of these are from debut albums. So much for Stardust, Save Rock and Roll, and also, like I said, some Horizons here. This one's gonna be kind of tough because some of these songs I had not listened to in a long time. But I know maybe two or three of them that I know where they're gonna be. So yeah, let's just get right on into this. So with the first song on the docket is EXO, and it's from Under the Court Tree. Um, is the ending track to the album. From Under the Court Tree as a whole, it was like one of those albums that is a best selling album. Um, I just didn't really like this song very much and all stuff. Like, there's only I think like two or three hits off of that album, that I really did like. I mean, if you want to know a little bit more about the album ranking, we did an album ranking on Fall Out Boy a few months ago, maybe like last year. Go check that out if you haven't already. But it's one of those songs, like I think it's like, to me, I don't think I just hear it a lot. Like I mean, like Mighty Fall and maybe Young Volcanoes and maybe Beat It. That's it. But some of the other ones like I have heard a lot. But it's just this one. It's just not really. It's not really it. I mean, it's not a bad song. It's just I just don't hear it as much as I should or could. But it's like if it's like on my Spotify playlist, like I'll listen to it. But it's like it's not like absolutely like necessarily song that I need to listen to. So going into number nine is from Fall Adieu, and it's America's Sweethearts. There's only like one track off of that album, or maybe two. This one is one of them. That whole album as a like a whole thing, it was just not good. It's just sad that this is before they broke up and took a 4 year hiatus or 4 or 5 year hiatus. And it was just like I feel like to me and maybe to Marissa as well, like they just didn't really put all their energy into it. I mean, with like I Don't Care, America's Sweethearts, maybe like they did, but I just feel like I guess to us as a consumer and as music listeners, they just felt like it was like just phoning it in, like phoning it in, and just kind of being like, okay, like here, let's just make a record and then we'll just fuck off for for years, until Save Rock and Roll came out. Again, it's like one of those songs that I haven't listened to a lot as much as I should or could. But it's not like a necessarily, need to like listen to that song. So, yeah. So going into this is after hiatus, with American Beauty, American Psycho, Twin Skeletons in parentheses, Hotel in NYC. Again, I'm probably gonna say this a lot on this episode. I do not. Sometimes some of these songs I do listen to a second time around, but some of these I just don't really care for. It's not like I don't care a lot about a lot of the songs. Like there's some like mainstream hits that I do care about. It's just like this one is just like not really one of them either. I know Marissa loves American Beauty, American Psycho. She was like waiting for the album to release when it came out. Um, Also, sorry if I'm getting stuffy and all stuff. I'm just probably doing with the cold. Sorry about that. Um, but this song, it's like I'm not gonna try to knock on it. I don't want to try to knock on any of these songs. But it's just one of those things. I guess to me, it's like I gotta be in the mood for it, and I guess I wasn't really in the mood for this song. Like Uma Thurman, Immortals, and Centuries, and all that stuff. It's like there's some good hits on that album, but it's just like some of these are like if you pick and choose the ones that you like and dislike, it's like okay, it's like getting a 50-50 shot with some of these albums. Same could be said with my next one, Fake Out number 7, with So Much for Stardust. We, me and Marissa, we've listened to the album twice. The second time I go around, it's like there were some songs I didn't really care for the second time go around. Like I mean, there's So Much for Stardust, and like some of the other tracks um, that we both loved. But I think the second time around, we were like, okay, like some of these songs were like not as, I guess, catching on as we once heard it, sort of thing. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just like one of those, not areas of expertise, but it's like, how should I put it? As a music listener and consumer, it's like we want to hear what our ear holes want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's like I said, it's not a bad song. It's just I guess you gotta be in the mood for it. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Um, but also for so much for Stardust. Sorry, it's not a bad album either. It's like a very very good album, and I'm glad that we got to listen to it together when we got to listen to it. Because it like just meant first when it came out when it like dropped at midnight that day. We were like, okay, we want to listen to So Much for Stardust. And we're like, yeah, sure. And we listened to the whole thing that night into the morning and all that stuff. So it was like actually kind of cool to like listen to it. So my next song before I keep on rambling here, my next one is number 6, and it is "Beat It." It is from the Greatest Hits album, "Believers Never Die." It is a cover of Michael Jackson's "Beat It." Um, I will say that Michael Jackson's, if I could speak today, Michael Jackson's version is always it's classic. It's number one. Nobody could beat that. Nobody could touch it. Pun intended. Um, but there's always something when other bands or people when they do a cover, they make it their own flavor. They make it their own style. And I think Fall Out Boy's version, it's not bad. I mean, it's like sometimes I hear it, I'm like, okay, it's Beat It, whatever. But then, like several other times that I've heard it, it's like, okay, it's like it gets me kind of excited a little bit. I've seen the video like many times. And there's like some notable names from like TV and movies in there, which is kind of cool. It's not a bad song. It's not a good song. It's just like right in the middle. It's like right smack dab in the middle. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen the video, go check it out. It's a very good watch. So let's get into number 5. So for my number 5, I went with Infinity on High. I'm like a lawyer with the way I'm always trying to get to you off, in parentheses me and you. Um the video alone, it's like it's going through, I guess I'm trying to put it in like retrospective here. Um, it's you see like all these like kids dealing with poverty and all that stuff, and you see Fall Out Boy there like just jamming out and all that stuff, and there's a good message behind it too. It's like talking about like kids starving and being on the streets and all that stuff when there's like people like trying to find food and all that stuff, and there's not a lot of food to go around and all that stuff. um it's a very very good video. It's a very good message behind it. And there is a good cause with it too. It is a good song. um I'm trying to like think of it like trying to put it in like retrospective here. It's like it's kind of hard to do that. Also, this is like before hiatus too. This is Affinity Behind like one of the most like best selling albums out there. Because like with Under the Court Tree and Infinity on High, it was like from Under the Court Tree, it's like the next album, which is Infinity on High. It was like it just skyrocketed. It was like over a million copies and all that stuff, which is a good album. Um, so I'm trying to put in perspective here. Like holy crap! It's like I've never had to like kind of think about the words I have to say. Um, but yeah, good message behind it. Good song. Let's just keep going. So number four, it is DOA, and it's not Foo Fighters. It is Dead on Arrival. It is from their debut album, Take This to Your Grave. I When I went into the debut album with Marissa and all that stuff, I had kind of like low expectations because it's like we've heard it was not a really good album. It was some people say it was a good album, some people say it was not a good album, but we were like, okay, let's just put them thoughts to the side and let's just go into it with the fresh pair of eyes. And I'm actually kind of glad we did. There were some songs that I did like on there, like Grand Theft Autumn, Where's Your Boy, Saturday, Dead on Arrival, and it was actually not bad. But then, like when you get into From Under the Court Tree and Affinity High, it was like it's kind of got better in production value and better in like audio value and all that stuff. Um, I will say that DOA it's below Saturday, which is like kind of like one of those things where it's like okay, like where's Saturday? Well, I'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, good song, good album. I don't know if there is a video for DOA. I think there is. But I'll have to try to find it and in like or go find it for yourself. It's it's YouTube. So top three. This is going to be a tough one because the top three that I have is like kind of hard to pick and choose like where it goes and where it doesn't go and all that stuff. But I think I finally kind of figured it out. So my number three, and bear with me on this, it's Young Volcanoes. Now hear me out. Young Volcanoes is from Save Rock and Roll, and it's like a very very good album. I've listened to the album many many times, like throughout my whole high school career and whatever. But I've always liked, I guess, some songs more than others. Young Volcanoes, it's like it's not bad. But I'm trying to think of like a better way to say it. It's it's a little bit more cheery than I thought it would be. Because like sometimes like within some albums, like there's a good side and there's like a light side and there's like a dark side sort of thing. And when you get into, I guess this album is kind of like, and this is after hiatus by the way. Um, like when you get into this album, it's like you have like all these like really good songs, and then like there's like that one song that's like okay, maybe it should be in there, maybe it should not. I'm not saying this one isn't, but there's like I just need to like re-listen to it a lot more. Maybe then I'll appreciate it more. But I do really appreciate Young Volcanoes too. Also, with the band too, it was like mostly kind of Patrick's vocals range, and like he can get up high there, in vocal range. I don't think there was not a lot of like, I guess like rock in that retrospect, I guess should say. But if you have not seen the Youngblood Chronicles, go check those videos out because those are really really good. And plus it's like a good story too. It's a very very good story. It like blends in very well. So final two. Now it was either between Saturday and Mighty Fall for number two. I went with Saturday for number two. It's from debut album. Now hear me out. Saturday, it's not the best song in the world, but I've listened to it many, many times over, and I've actually grown to like it. It's actually shocking for me to say that, but I've actually grown to like it, and I think Marissa will actually appreciate that. And I bet you like a lot of Fall Out Boy fans will probably appreciate that too. Um, but I think it's just something about it, like I don't know if it's just the vibe that was with it, or if it's just like the music process, or like if they were just having a bit pissed off day or something. I don't know. Um, but I think Saturday is like, I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like it's just, I don't know if it's like really in your face, or it's just like working its way up to be in your face or something. I don't know. Um, but I do really appreciate that, you know, debut album like gave me some, I guess, some hidden gems that I did not know about. I should say that. Yeah, good song, good vibes, I guess, if you want to put it that way. So, number one, yes, it is my default. Now, hear me out. I've probably heard this song millions of times, and it has Big Sean on it, which is kind of cool. And I remember every single lyric. I've probably said every lyric on that song like from start to finish millions and millions of times. And it does not get, I guess does not, it gets repetitive sometimes, like for me, as a consumer of music. Um but I think it's just something about it that draws me back to it every time. And I think with it, like, you know, it's very catchy. It's very catchy within the lyrics too. And the music video is like freaking awesome. It's like who knew like Big Sean would like have like a good hook within the song too. It's like, and it's got like that little, I'm trying to think of like what to say. It's like it's got like a good little like, I guess like little spice to it. It's like it's very like night and day. Let's just say that, because it's like it contrasts to Patrick's vocals, and I mean he's a very very good singer. Like he's like tremendous. He's very very awesome. I'm not gonna knock him on that. Like that brother, like he's, you know, he's up here, like, you know, in vocal range. Sometimes I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but he's very high on vocal range. He can get up very very high. Um, but I think it's just with Patrick's vocals, and then you have Big Sean coming in, and then it's like he, you know, gets killed off, and then Patrick comes back in after that. It's like it's just, if I think it just meshes very very well. I just don't know how they did it. Maybe it's like it's just got mixed very well, or I don't know. But that is the end of the Fall Out Boy random ranking. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. What do you guys think? And where would you put all of these 10 in the comments down below? How would you rank your list? Let us know in the comments down below. And, you know, it's all that stuff. So, with that being said, thank you very much for listening and or watching. I almost forgot for a second. If you want to follow us on all social media platforms, it'll be in the description down below, which will take you to our link tree in the description below, which will take you to our Instagram, Twitters, our Facebook, um, Reddit page, YouTube page, my gaming YouTube page. I'm sorry. And also, please make sure to subscribe and like on this YouTube page. We are very close to 500. And on my gaming YouTube page, I'm at 1490 at this current moment. And I'm very very close. I'm like 10 away from 1500. Hopefully, I can get it by the end of the year. If not, that's okay. That's all okie dokie. But with that also being said, I gotta get you guys song of the night so you don't miss out. So tonight's song of the night, it is from Fall Out Boy, of course, obviously, and I'm gonna do "The Mighty Fall." Um, Very self-explanatory. Go watch the video. Go watch the Youngblood Chronicles if you haven't already. If you have, watch it all over again. It's freaking awesome. It's cinema. Um, but yeah, with that being said, thank you very much. Let me try that again. Thank you so very much for listening to our podcast, and thank you for watching this video. If you got it to the very end, please make sure to follow us, like us, subscribe to us, and I will see you at the end of this year for a year recap for 2024. So please stay tuned. Peace.